Alright guys, so we are going to finally put this Costco gaming PC from that I got, the HP 15L. Now it is running an NVIDIA 3050 graphics processor and a Intel, I think it's a 14th gen, I want to say i5, 16 gigs of RAM. Anyways, I got a few games lined up to try. Number one is Gears of War. So Gears 5. So we're gonna launch it here. And the last time I played this, I just had it set so that it was kind of getting console experience, so that kind of frames. So I am running it's not 4K, it is running like a stretched display, so we are running, I think, 2500 by about 1080, somewhere in that range. But ultra, and I'm ultra quality. Yeah, so not bad. Anyways, I'm going to let this load up and we'll take a look at what you could experience if you set it at ultra versus what would happen if you actually just lowered all the stuff, and you might be surprised what kind of frame rates you can actually get. So I'm going to get to some gameplay. Okay, so before we start here, there we go. You can see I'm getting, well, 75 frames. I don't really do anything, but just so you guys can see the options here. I'm in ultra at 2580 by 1080. Okay, so cinematic frame rate 30 frames per second, full screen. Okay, everything's pretty much set to ultra. So if you want the game to look good, this is kind of it, right? But is it playable? And you know, see here, definitely getting it keeps over 60, right? Keeps over 60. And again, as someone like me who plays as a console gamer, being able to just kind of use a controller, I don't need that high frame rate that a mouse and a keyboard user would use, but it's not bad, right? So come in here. Oh, another guy right there. Oh, he's behind the wall. Where is he? Yeah, so you know what? That's okay. I keep above 60 frames per second. I'm pleased with that. But if you really wanted to, and you guys can figure out the kind of in-betweens, if you go into the options here and under your video, if I were to take this and actually say not ultra, but let's bring it down to low, right? You can kind of figure out the maximum that you would be able to get inside here, right? So if we go into low, you'll see I boost all the way up to 152 frames per second. So, you know, we're doing okay. Now for me, again, not being a competitive gaming person, I don't necessarily see the huge difference between some of these settings, but you may, right? So there you go, a little happy medium. And even that, I think the lowest I got with a fair bit of stuff on the screen, 121 frames per second. You know, that's good. All right, let's try the next game, shall we? Okay, so our next one that we're actually going to do is going to be Guardians. So again, we'll bring up Guardians here. So this is Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's probably one of the more graphically intense games, I find. So what is this? Newer, sure. So just kind of be aware, this is probably the one that's going to hit your machine the hardest, and I find it's probably the one that you just have to be happy with it kind of being console-ish, like in regards to performance. Okay, so first off, let's get into some of the settings here. So display wise, we're going to kick in, we're going to play it at 2560 by 1400. We can come down, actually let's play it at 1920 by 1080. Okay, that's all good. Okay, yep, okay. And then graphics wise, again, we're going to set this all at low, because this should give us kind of the fastest or best performance that we should be able to get. All right, and let's do a continue here and see what kind of frame rate we get. Now again, it is stretched out just because it is on a widescreen, but we're kicking in, you know, 40-ish frames in here, and this is, you know, even when you're playing, you're looking at 35, 37. So even on, you know, some consoles, they're only going to kind of lock it in at 30. So playable, yes, right? If you're, it's not as if this is a competitive game, but we are staying pretty solid, right? So definitely something usable. And this is at low, so you know, if we wanted to kick this in and see what this played like at higher settings, we're probably not going to be overly happy with the settings. E, right? Low, low, low. Can we get more? Medium, high, very high, ultra. Ready? Ultra. Let's just try it to see, because we're super excited. Actually, not a huge difference with the quality. It seems really more like the frame rate is being hit by the screen resolution. But you can't even see it with shooting. It slows down a little bit. So not a huge drop, but a drop. Last but not least, if we were to come back in here under our settings, make sure everything is switched okay. Yeah, ultra. Okay. And our display. Oh yeah, see, it went up. That's why. I wonder if I can bring that down. Can I bring that down to 1920 by 1080? Apply changes. Yep. 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 Let's see if I can get it faster. Also, this is at, 48. That seems better. 50 frames per second. And this is with ultra quality. And down to 31. You can definitely see some, it have to build some stuff in the back. Now, I don't know if that would be remedied a bit by hard drive. If you put a faster hard drive in here, right? And there is some stuttering for sure. But, you do get at 1080, you do keep between 30 and 40 frames. So, probably not too horrible. I kind of want to see what happens now if we go back down to display. We're still at 1920 by 1080. We are. Graphics. That's ultra. Yeah. Very high. No, no, no. Low. Yes. 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 Yeah, so even down at low, it doesn't look a lot different, and we're between 50 and 60. So you gain a bit. You gain a bit at 1920. So I'd say on a smaller monitor, 1920, the difference between low and like ultra high, not a lot of difference unless you're really up close to them. Yeah, if you can see it there for sure. But when you're moving around, probably not that big a difference. And it reacts fairly fast. You keep it around 55 frames. Okay, let's try something else, shall we? Okay, for some reason the screen record didn't work on that, so you guys kind of have to take my word for it in regards to the performance that I was getting on that. But on the last game, it was console-like. I'll give it that. If you're looking for more than that, you're not going to get it. But Guardians is a fairly graphic-intensive game. So the last game that I play actually is Diablo. So this is Diablo 4. I'm hoping that it doesn't have much updates right now, because if not, this may take some time. But I'm going to load it up and we'll get over there and see how playable it is. So this is my lovely lady here. Her name's Dorothy. Yeah, Dorothy. She's nice. And just even at the main screen, we're kicking in. Well, it stutters a bit. 20 frames per second right now. That's not great. Okay, so I think this loaded up and as high maybe as possible, because oh, there she goes. 40, yeah, it took so don't be overly, like, I was a little scared. I was getting 6 frames per second until everything loaded up. And now I'm at like 41. There's still a little bit of stutter. Can I play with my controller? So I can play with the controller, and there is a bit of stutter while it's loading stuff, but there we go, we're up at the 60. It may take a little bit of time for it to load. See those? Yeah, see that stutter? Now I don't know if that's the game, because my CPU or my GPU, they get some utilization, but yeah, the GPU's like 0, right? It goes down to 0 and then it's up to 100. I think it's loading. I think it's just taking a while to load stuff. Is my thought. But I think this is like really high in regards to quality, because that seems really detailed. Let's just bring up my graphics here. Game guide options. Screen window, yeah, yeah, see, it's at 3440. So it's at pretty high right now. I wonder if we can Super resolution. You don't have a whole. Oh, there you go. Quality presets high. I'm gonna take that not to high, and I'm gonna bring it just right now down to. Let's go to medium, just to see if medium will help at all. Yeah, and I'm up 56. Less stuttering, almost no stuttering now. So high was a little too high. I'm at 60, and it's playing very good. Playing very much like a console. Yeah, that's okay. A little stuttering when it's busy here. The 40, 32. Let's see what I'm at here. Right, 60 keeps at 60. I do think, honestly, I think one of the issues with this machine, a little bit, not completely, is hard drive speed. Right, I think if you had a faster hard drive in here, that it would be able to pull data off of it quicker. You know, I'm gonna go till I die here. Does it play like 60 frames per second? It's not bad. Oh, going after the big guy. Come on, Dorothy, kick his ass. I haven't played this game in so long. Oh, Dorothy's dead. Dorothy's dead. Anyways, playable, yes. Again, feels very much like an Xbox. You know, you're getting in and around a 60, except when I play on the Series X, for instance, there's no stuttering at all. I do think if you could speed up the hard drive in this, like get a faster solid state drive in here, right, an NVMe drive in here as a secondary, and just kind of load your games on that, I think that would change it a lot. Because it's when things come into the screen for the first time, they seem to have to load up. That's kind of where that hiccup is. So I think if you're just getting into PC gaming and you want something that can play like starter games or intermediate games, graphics isn't like the biggest thing on there. It's been able to play everything that I throw at it. If you're looking at high frame rates, then I think what you're going to have to do is really just bring your graphics level down a lot, which may be something that you don't mind doing, or maybe something that you do mind doing. And if you do mind doing, then you're going to have to spend a lot more money. Anyways, this is the HP Victus 15L. Again, I think it's the Intel 14th Gen i5, the 3050 NVIDIA card, 16 gigs of RAM. I don't know how fast a hard drive is, but I'd like to see it a little faster for sure. But for the money, it's not a horrible purchase. All right, guys, I got mine at Costco. You can find some of the HP stuff on Amazon as well, or probably from some of the local shops in your area. All right, gaming. What fun. Later.